Hello, welcome back to Auntie Melmo Life Unfiltered. Today is a What Would Auntie Melmo Do episode, and I am joined by past guest Ambika. I'm so excited to have her here today as we connected so well. We were like soul sisters. We were instantly connected, like we've known each other for centuries. So I wanted to have her come back on. I thought it'd be a fun one to do some fun questions with her. So welcome, Ambika. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I'm really excited. I've been like waiting for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited. And as everybody can see, Ambika has a Auntie Melma Life Unfiltered t-shirt on. She was our winner of the 300 follower giveaway. So she got that nice mug. She has a candle in the background, and she has that awesome t-shirt, which she helped me design the t-shirt a little bit. So I was excited to get that out to her. So yes, and the back is even more cool. That's awesome. I love it. I love how that turned out. So thanks for rocking it today.
Are you kidding? I'm so proud. It's been
Yeah, so
hanging in my closet waiting.
oh, I love it. It looks great. I love the teal one. I'm a teal person, but the purple looks really cool still.
Ooh, I might have to get a teal one.
Yeah.
Or I'll definitely keep entering more
Oh
contests.
yeah. Hopefully the next one is 500, which we're still about 160 away, but we'll get there. So
Oh, well, come on. When people
yeah.
see this, we'll get you more
Oh
followers,
yeah,
of
for sure.
course, and
Definitely.
subscribers.
So today
Definitely.
we're gonna do the What Would Auntie Mel Mel Do episode. We have some questions lined up on the wheel. We had some guest submissions from some of Ambika's followers and some people I know. And then of course we just throw some fun things in there as well. So you never know what we're gonna land on. So but what I'll do is share the screen and then we will get going here. Alrighty, so let's do the first one here. How do you know when you're finally becoming your authentic self? All right. Do you want to go ahead and answer this one, Ambika, first,
Sure,
and then we
I'll
can
go
go from
first, and
there?
then I think we could switch back and
Yeah,
forth with
for
each one.
sure.
So when I think for me, I'm always authentic.
Right.
What's really more important for me is understanding how to present it so I'm not
Mm,
putting people off.
yeah, I
But
get that.
with somebody who's questioning it, I think you have to ask, are you really hanging out in that hallway where you can still smell the stale muffins by the water cooler and you know the carpet needs to be changed?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I think with me personally, it took me a while to become my full authentic self just because people in my life were not liking my true authentic self. Like I had a best friend for over 30 years that she never truly let me be me. But this past year especially, I'm in that I don't give a fuck mode anymore. This is who I am. I love who I am. It's this podcast has helped me become more of who I am. I truly have become the real Mel Mel and I love it. So but yeah, I think it's just, when you just don't enjoy being around certain things or certain environments anymore, or you find yourself always drained from energies or just being in certain environments, whether it's a career, friends, just life in general, relationships. So definitely. Let's see what we get now. I love spinning the wheel.
I like it too.
Do you think people are becoming more self-aware or just more self-focused? I'll go first. A little of both, which I don't think there's anything wrong with either of them. I think people are, sometimes they put down technology and things like that. I wish that sometimes we just had our little flip phones and just had like home computers and stuff. But also, I think it's helping people realize there's people like them out there and helping people become more aware of who they are. This kind of goes with the last question, like more of who their true authentic self is and focusing more on their self, which there isn't anything wrong with that. That's how I have changed over the past couple of years is I need to be more selfless, put myself first more and focus on more of me than other people. So I don't think there's any wrong with either of it and I think both are true. So,
You ready for me?
yeah, go right ahead.
So, yes, I think that there's opportunity for us to be more self-aware now.
Mhm.
But I just saw actually a study yesterday online n about neurology and scrolling.
Mm,
And what was interesting to me about it was the people are measurably losing themselves by scrolling.
Yeah.
So we're learning more, but are we actually putting it into ourselves and taking action with it? So I'd
True.
have to say no. I
Yeah.
don't think we're actionably utilizing the awareness we're gaining. And I'd like
hmm
everybody to consider that.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a good point. We need to, whatever we're seeing and learning, take that outside of technology and focus on it. Like I am doing my forced journaling and all that stuff, like so I can reconnect with nature and stuff more instead of being on social media and stuff all the time because I have been a doom scroller. I hate that. You're just sitting there like, why do I keep picking up my phone? Which I haven't released the episode yet. I kind of put something on my social medias about it. I'm going to take a break this summer, just kind of focus on my health, my mental health, and just life in general, and then come back strong in September. But I just kind of need that technology reset. Like I'm gonna delete all my social medias for a while, only have them at my computer, not have them on my phone.
Mm.
Just kind of need that little reset here and there. So
What if, I'd
Mhm.
like to just punctuate
Yeah.
that one. What if, on the Sabbath, if you practice Sabbath-based spiritual
hmm
practices, uh, there's a lockdown on technology on Friday evening at sundown,
Oh yeah.
until Saturday evening at sundown. And even before you pick up any technology again, you
hmm
go outside until you can see three stars. I
Oh,
love
I
that.
love that. Yeah. I like that. I think that's something that a lot of us should do. And, especially if you have like a 9 to 5 job and you're busy all week, like take that time to reset in the evenings on Friday and Saturday. I do love that. So reconnect with nature, see the stars. I love being out in nature, especially at nighttime. So I'm
Mm.
lucky enough to live somewhere where you can see the stars, but some people
Me
aren't.
too.
So
Me too.
yeah. I would hate that though.
I
I would
couldn't
hate not
live
being
there.
able to see the sky.
No, thank you.
Oh, I like this question. Is returning your grocery cart the ultimate test of someone's character, or is it not that deep? I'll let you answer first.
I think that that is definitely a measure of a person's character, but also, and this one I think is really a tell. There's two more actions. I like things in three, Mel, do you?
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you keep your mirror where you brush your teeth clean? I do.
Yeah.
And do you put your bed back together in the morning?
Yes.
I do. And then I
Yep.
also do a turn down at
hmm
night. So there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. I agree. I keep my mirror clean. I always make my bed every morning. I always put carts back. I even will put other people's carts back. Like that drives me something. That drives me nuts. It's more so to me, I've always been in customer service and I know those people are working hard, and also it causes an issue in the parking lot where people can have their cars
Exactly.
hit, and it's just so rude to not do that. I can't say that I've never in my life not, but there was some kind of circumstance that caused me not to take it back, whether it's like a blizzard or something of that nature, but I always try to make sure I put mine back. So
Do you
yeah.
ask people who are about to leave it in the parking lot if you can have it when you're on your
Yeah,
way
I
in?
do.
I do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take
Because
it for you. Yeah.
we
Oh
really
yeah,
are soul
especially.
sisters, Mel. That
Oh
just
yeah,
proves it
for
right
sure.
there.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely one of those people. I'm always paying attention. Like, oh, they're about to leave their car. I'll take it back for them. So,
Absolutely. And I smile so big when somebody does that with me
me
when
too.
I'm on the way to put
Absolutely.
it back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. What's your most chaotic coping mechanism? This is
Ooh,
an
you go
interesting
first.
question.
That
Yeah.
isn't it.
I don't know. Sometimes I can come a like snack goblin and I know I'm overweight, but sometimes you just need to pick out on those foods that bring you comfort. Like I'm a mac and cheese and pasta girl. I like ice cream. I also I've said it on many things. I'm not ashamed to admit it that I use marijuana recreationally and medically. So, sometimes I need to sit down and smoke a joint and hey, that's okay. But some people may view that as chaotic, but that's what gets me grounded. So,
The kind
yeah.
mother herb, I hear you.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's look at the word chaos
hmm
from our person who gave us this question. And I just have to pause and say these questions are amazing.
No,
I'm
thanks.
really
Yeah.
impressed with all of them. Chaos is a change that is out of our control.
hmm
So for me, it's spiritually charged cosmic Tourette's,
Mm.
stuff that just blurts out my mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I cope. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm learning how to edit and take a pause and take a breath before I do it.
Hmm.
But a change out of my control coping mechanism, uh, I guess it's like when I pitch a tantrum, but I do
Hmm.
it out of anybody's ear or eye shot. I'll primal screaming. That's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It
And I don't think there's
happens.
anything wrong with that
No,
too.
no,
And
no, no.
yeah.
Some coping mechanisms are
Oh yeah,
fine.
for sure.
Uh, and being able to calm them is definitely finding peace again
Yeah.
and getting into a neutrality state of being. But
Absolutely.
I mean, habit wise, maybe there are some food things once in a while, but I usually see what's going on.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I usually know myself too. I just sometimes you gotta indulge or this
Yeah,
life we only
whatever,
get.
I
Yeah.
don't diss a coping
Yeah.
mechanism unless it becomes an addiction.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. That's how I agree. So, and if
Hmm.
if you're smart enough to know that that's not a healthy thing for you, obviously you know that, but we all have our things. So,
I went into a cookie thing the other night.
oh gosh.
I like these buckwheat cookies from, I think they're like Mediterranean
Oh,
based.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh
I
yeah.
try to keep the healthier stuff for that
Oh
around.
yeah. What do you do when you feel yourself disconnected from yourself? I'll let you answer this first. I think this is a good one for you to answer first.
I definitely get up and 5 steps away from where I'm sitting right now, which is what I call mission control, my dual screen desk area. I get up and bounce on my
Mm,
trampoline. I put some music on that changes my mood. I
yeah,
go
for
out
sure.
for a walk. I go sit in the sun.
Yeah.
I drink some water.
Oh
That
yeah.
this is helpful, but stamping and
Yeah.
getting your bare feet in touch with the earth,
Mm,
this is what grounding is. So when I feel
absolutely.
disconnected and if I'm disconnected and I'm working, I
Hmm.
push back and I say that's enough. How
Right.
about you, Mel? What do you do?
Yeah. I agree with you. I like to ground in nature. I'm a Pisces, so I love the water and I love
Hmm.
being like in the forest and stuff. So days that I really do not feel like myself, I will go for a walk. Like we have a local reservoir, go stick my feet in the water in the sand,
Hmm.
just kind of stand there, enjoy Mother Earth, nature, just pay attention to the sky and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I was actually on a podcast about a month ago and she asked me, I brought up how I like to connect to nature and she asked what I do or what I suggest people do and stuff. And I just, being in that moment, looking for all the signs, like asking questions. Like I was having a complete breakdown one day, and I just kind of asked, the gods, give me a sign that everything will be okay. And a bald eagle flew above me. I
Oh,
just sat in the
wow.
grass and bawled my eyes out after that. Like that was just a freeing moment and
Oh,
a
that's so
moment of just like,
beautiful.
yeah, I just like you, nature really helps. Or if you're
Water
stuck at your
definitely for
desk,
me.
like
I'm
you
a water
said,
sign
oh
too.
yeah.
I do have this thingy that is from
Oh, nice.
traditional Oriental medicine. I can't do it with my headphones on,
Yeah.
but if I'll start feeling it in my head area
Hmm.
sometimes, and this is like a scratchy but not intense scratchy
Right.
massager thingy,
I
and
like that.
I love this thing. I keep one by me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if I'm
That
at my
helps.
desk or if I can't walk away, I'm big on like essential oils, like just smelling a calming oil,
Hmm.
just taking a few moments to breathe or just kind of reconnect yourself. I keep a little USB fan connected to my computer and a lot of
Uh,
time it's not even for the hot and to be hot. It's just to help me focus. Like when I'm in the middle of typing something, I have that on, my eyes are focused. So it's just little things
mm.
finding that you can
That's
reconnect with
so
yourself.
interesting that a fan works for you because if we look at things like from the angle of Ayurveda,
Hmm.
wind moving, that would increase vata.
Hmm.
And it makes me think of my mom, like when I used to drive her places.
Yeah.
Just so you know, everybody, she's long gone. I'm old enough to that's okay, so you don't have to feel bad.
Mm.
She lived to be 97, but when I would drive her places and I would want the windows down, she would insist on having the window up. And
Yeah.
that was like one of those things that we had to agree to disagree on. But when we have more kapha, which is earth and water in us,
Hmm.
we need that wind. And that
Yeah.
is such a beautiful example of it. Whereas somebody who has a lot of vata, that
Hmm.
would just make them nuts. They would need to
Right.
go under the sofa. And somebody
Yeah.
with a lot of pitta, which is fire and water, that would dehydrate them. So
Right. That
well
is
done,
awesome.
you.
I love
Because
that. Yeah.
you definitely solved that for you
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
a kappa has a bigger, earthier body, and that's
Hmm.
natural. That there's the only thing that thinks it's wrong are fashion magazines,
Oh yeah.
so it's not because when we have
Right.
more kappa in the body, we do
Hmm.
tend to stay healthier longer and not
Oh
have
yeah.
all those vata related issues of imbalance.
I love that. I'm glad that I just automatically, was drawn to
You
that and it
solved
connects
it.
with
That
my
is such a
sign.
great
So
example.
I love it. I'm also one of those people that see those posts online. You're not sleeping with the fan on. It's negative 40 degrees. Yes, I am.
Oh,
I always have my
there
fan
are
on.
cultures that would just freak out over that.
Right. If your mental health had a warning label, what would it say? I would say chaotic, but in a good way. When I'm really feeling creative and things like that, I may talk a lot. I'm a fast talker. I always have to stick to a plan. I haven't been officially diagnosed with like ADHD or autism, but there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. I have my routines I have to stick with. It's funny, I just keep seeing these GIFs pop up that people that have like ADHD, they have to get all their tasks done before they're allowed to go to the bathroom. Like they have to pee the whole time. That's me. I get up and I have to do my set stuff before I can go to the bathroom. Kind of like like a treat for myself. Like, oh, you got everything done. So like I would say OCD, very organized. I have to be that way and I'm gonna call you out on it too. That's probably on my warning label, like, hey, you're doing that out of order, or like, go back and do that, or if you gave yourself more time. So, for sure. What do you say to that question?
Ooh, my mental health warning label. Are you talking over people or are you listening?
Yeah, I talk
So
over people sometimes.
that
Yeah.
can happen.
Yeah.
And then the other big warning is judgy. If I
Okay.
hear myself being judgy, then it's
Yeah.
take a break, back
Yeah.
up, rewrite it's really good you didn't hit send on that,
Right.
and
Oh yeah.
rewrite.
Yeah. I'm bad about talking over. I've tried to be better at that, especially with my podcast. Just I get so excited and I have so much to blurt out there. Another thing is I always want to fix everything. Like I've gotten better at that, especially like in relationships. Like if my husband has an issue, I always go like, "Well, do," instead of just actually listening, which I've gotten better at that, but that is definitely something. So,
Well, that's really cool because I have to call out some astrology there on you because I know your chart and we
yeah.
just heard earlier you're a Pisces. The
Hmm.
opposite sign to Pisces that gets the rap all the time of being a fixer and an assimilator is Virgo.
Hmm.
But it's a beautiful thing being able
Yeah.
to identify, we just have to understand when it's welcomed. So what I've
Absolutely.
learned to do, because I coach and counsel people, is
Hmm.
instead of just launching into the fixer stuff, my
Hmm.
new technique is asking, may I offer a suggestion?
I like that. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, I love that. And I've gotten better at that. Like just listening, seeing if it's something I should respond to, giving it time to set in, see if it's something like he's just talking out loud, he doesn't really want my advice. So yeah, we got to work on that. I love
That was
that
a good
though.
one. I love
Yeah.
that one.
I love that one too. I wasn't sure how that one would come, but I love our
That one
answers
worked
on that. So
great.
thank you. I try to come up with myself. I don't get as many submissions, but we got a decent amount of submissions this time too. So
Ooh, this one's good.
what's harder, forgiving someone else or forgiving yourself? Do you want to answer this one first?
It really depends on the individual. Some
Mm-hmm.
people have a much more difficult time
Yeah.
forgiving somebody else. I
Yeah.
mean, this is what can create PTSD in
For sure.
people
Yeah.
is because when there's an incident that insults, then we keep replaying the thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's a double edge.
Yeah.
You're not forgiving the other or yourself. And then some people just carry that pain of not forgiving themselves.
Hmm.
So I don't think we can say which is more difficult, which
I
is
don't think so
harder.
either.
I
Yeah.
think the question I want to counter the question with is how do you do it? you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way is to identify that's a memory,
Mm-hmm.
and I can do something in the honor of someone I needed to forgive. What if that person's gone and
Yeah,
we can't go back to them and
for
say,
sure.
I apologize,
Yeah.
how can I
Yeah.
do better in the future? But
Mm-hmm.
that's the question to ask no matter who we're forgiving or what
Right.
we're forgiving. How can I do better in
Yes.
the future? How about you?
Yeah.
What do you think about this
I
one?
agree with you on that, and it kind of goes back to a question I had before, kind of. And I brought it up, some people don't change. Like you may forgive them or move on from the situation, but the other person has to as well. So, like you said, it's more so yourself, how you feel on that subject or how you forgive yourself or the other person. The other person may never accept your apology, or as you said, they may no longer be here for you able to apologize to them. So, I think it's more of an internal thing, like how you feel on that subject anymore. If you forgive them in your mind or you have the opportunity to, forgive yourself to them, that's great too. But I do think it's more of an internal thing, how you deal with that situation, with that subject, whether it's like some kind of therapy or just knowing that you work through that issue. And there may be some things that some of us will never be able to, forgive or work through, but I think it's just an internal thing more so than physically going to somebody. So, absolutely. Let's see what we get now.
We need some music behind this. Do do
I
do
know, I
do
thought about
do
adding
do
music, but I'm like, I
do.
don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you believe people come into your life for a reason or that just something we say to survive heartbreak? 100,000%. I believe people come to our life for a reason. Us, for example, as soon as we met, we are connected. I feel like we've known each other for centuries, been in our past, each other's lives. Like we're just soul sisters for sure. And as who I am, I feel like that happens to me a lot. And I always feel like people come into your life for a reason, even if it's just a small season or they're there for a long time. You learn a lesson from that person. I don't think it's something we say to survive heartbreak. I think that's silly. I think that everyone comes into your life for a reason, for sure. What do you think about that?
I don't believe anything comes in. I
Yeah.
I believe that we manifest everything. Every
Yeah.
purse, every plate, every purse. That was an interesting.
Yeah, that'd be
Every
nice.
person, every person, every place, everything.
hmm
And the reason they come in or
hmm
appear to come in is because we're ready.
Yeah,
We're ready
absolutely.
for whatever they're bringing,
Yeah.
or the place is bringing, or the situation is bringing.
hmm
And it is a way that a person can cope and recover from a
For
heartbreak.
sure.
It
Oh yeah.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
So I'm 100% for it. If
Yeah.
that's a way that you can forgive,
hmm
then do it,
Yeah.
because forgiveness takes us back to acceptance, brings us back to neutrality, and then we're back on the trail and the path of love, which is the only path to be on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And I think everything and everyone happens for a reason. And, it's the trial and tribulations. We become stronger. We have to work through things. And there's some people that may not be the best for us, but they come into our life for a reason. So now this was a question somebody asked. I kind of reworded it a little bit just because it was lengthy. How do we feel about PCOS, now PMOS, now being more understood through hormones, metabolism, and blood sugar? I'll go first because I am
Wait,
a
wait, wait. I
PCOS.
am awful with acronyms. Could you
Yes.
please define what these acronyms are?
Sure. So PCOS was polycystic ovarian
Oh,
syndrome.
I know
And
I know
I
who
have to
gave this
look
one.
up the new
This is
one,
one
and I
of my
apologize. I
friends.
am a PCOS warrior, so we're all still learning this new acronym here. It is that one, PMOS means
Is
polycrendine metabolic ovarian syndrome. So instead of
oh,
it being geared towards just cysts, they're letting it's more of a metabolic issue now,
okay, now we're
which
hitting
every
me into my holistic health
yeah.
background. Go ahead.
So PCOS, a lot of women with PCOS don't have cysts, which I'm one of those women. I've never actually had cysts with my PCOS. It's always been more of a hormonal, more of a balanced thing. I get the facial hair. I have
Oh.
the hot flashes, cramping, harder menstrual cycles, my
hmm
fertility issues, all of that goes to my PCOS. I was diagnosed late in life. I've had issues since I was a teenager. My mom would take me to the doctors. They would just always chalk it up to my weight, give me birth control, things like that. I was never seen.
Oh, Lord.
About after my fourth miscarriage, I finally found a doctor. I walked into his office and he took one look at me and said, "You have PCOS." He, of course, ran all the labs and testing, but he knew just by looking at me. Just to
Mm-hmm.
have somebody see me in that moment was so
Wow.
empowering.
That had to
And
be.
I'm all for the change because, like we said, a lot of women don't even have this cyst. It has more to do with all of your hormones and the metabolical things. I can't talk today. But it has always been about a little more about blood sugar too, because a lot of women with PCOS do end up with diabetes and things like that. But I think it's awesome that it's changed. I don't know if that means it's going to bring more research. That's a lot of things I've come across, people that talk about PCOS. Like, we're happy for the name change, but does that mean that we're getting more research on it, more things about it, or it's just a name change? So,
Okay, I'm putting my lab coat back on
yes.
from back in the day when I was teaching holistic health. Uh, First of all, it's nice that there's more recognition.
Absolutely.
And I'm really happy that people are talking about
Hmm.
menstruation, pre-menopause, menopause, post-menopause. I am really happy about this because I went through menopause already,
Hmm.
and I went to someone who I really trusted, who was a former surgeon turned holistic practitioner.
Hmm.
And when I gave all my symptoms, he laughed and said, "Ha, it's perimenopause." And that laugh did not help.
No,
It
not at
did
all.
not help. It shamed me.
Yes.
And I slept every night and read every day from Susan Weed's book on menopause. Thank you, Susan Weed. You are a freaking genius. We are very grateful to have you. And you were a torch carrier, and
Hmm.
you still are. You're
Yeah.
brilliant. Um, but as somebody who understands a lot about diet and hormones and genotype and blood type,
Hmm.
and everything in your kitchen should be medicine.
Yeah.
I have to say it goes more than all of this.
Hmm.
And we have a lot more about gut health, but we
Hmm.
have to understand that things that live in our intestinal tract are considered other bodies, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Um, we have parasites that
Hmm.
we live with happily.
Hmm.
Bacteria is one, right?
Hmm.
But what our Western medical view is not doing is talking about parasites properly.
Yes.
So if you want to learn more about my philosophy around that, everybody go watch my video on the four keys to a healthy diet. Because I
Yes.
have been smacked on the hand to not get too bold about this in public, saying the P word of parasite. But if you want to talk to me about it or ask questions, that's the place to start.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your wisdom on that. I know that you have helped me with things and I have watched your four keys and I believe, I'm trying to change my life more to be more,
It's not
holistic.
about taking
Yeah.
everything and throwing it out the window.
Yeah.
It's about educating yourself.
Yes, for sure.
Everybody,
Yeah.
I want you to understand, I'm not telling you what to eat.
Oh, for
I,
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
teaching you about all the reasons why we
Hmm.
need to think about what we're putting in our mouths
Absolutely.
and on our bodies, right?
Absolutely.
Because
Yep.
parasites can come from five different ways. They can
Hmm.
come from the air. We
Hmm.
can't prevent that.
Yeah.
If you have pets, they can come from your pets, and we're both cat lovers,
Yeah. Yep.
right? They can come from food.
Hmm.
We can't stop that. They can come from contaminants, and
Hmm.
they can come from transmission.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, for
talking
sure.
intimate transmission.
Oh yeah. So there's so much that goes into it, but I believe and that's what's helped me is living more of a holistic life, doing
Yeah,
more
step by
natural
step.
supplements. There's stuff like metformin that people get prescribed. I was prescribed that when I first got my PCOS and it just made me sicker. I had a lot of
Ugh.
stomach issues from that. I don't do well with medications. Like I'd rather go more of the holistic natural route myself. But
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
works for people, so
we worm our pets, we gotta worm us. That's
absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I said it. I said it.
Oh yeah, it's a true, and I've been seeing a lot more of that. I follow a
Oh
lot of
my God,
groups
does
on
this one
holistic.
really just happen? Pineapple on pizza?
Well, let's see what if we get that one. So
Oh, okay. It looked like
yeah,
it
you're like,
landed
wait a
on it
minute.
really
There are
quick.
some fun ones like that to lighten the mood. So
I'm like, whatever you want to put on it is fine with
right,
me. But yeah,
is
is
ghosting
ghost.
ever acceptable? I think
Ooh.
so. I've answered this one a couple of times before in different ways. I always bring this up. Like, I had a friend that we were close for 30 years. I tried very hard to talk to her, write her letters, messages, explain to her what I was feeling, and she just would not accept it. She's
Mm.
always been a me person. Even the last message I saw from her, I didn't open it, but you get your little preview is, why do you hate me so much? What did I
Oh.
do? That instantly, nope, I'm sorry. I can't anymore. I can't explain it anymore. So that was ghosting after that. She's been blocked. Everything's been changed ever since that. I feel so much better not having her in her life. I personally think ghosting's okay if it's good for your mental health. Me personally, it's whatever each person wants to do, but I think you should try first to explain yourself. Don't just automatically ghost. But if you have to do that, especially I'm not in the dating scene, have a creeper guy or something, ghost them. Yeah, that's okay. So
Oh, it happens on LinkedIn with people who
yeah.
want to sell you their stuff.
Oh yeah, for
You know,
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
that it's not just dating.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you feel about that?
First of all, these have changed things a lot. Cell
Hmm.
phones, right?
Yeah.
So blocking somebody is what we used to do when we would slam the phone down
Yeah.
and put the answering machine on.
Yeah.
And then, but what this is a boundary keeper, right?
Yeah.
But if we're doing it because we're pitching a tantrum and then
Yeah.
we're unblocking him, then we're reblocking and then
Yeah.
we're
That's
blocking,
yeah.
that's not holding a boundary.
No.
So what you described, Mel,
Hmm.
that was you standing in your power and saying
Yep.
enough is enough.
Yeah.
That's a boundary keeper.
Yep.
So yes, ghosting is acceptable when we need to truly cut it off. But ask
Mhm.
yourself, everybody, if you're about to unblock,
Yeah.
then what was really going on was that you were claiming your power temporarily.
Yeah.
So you've got to think about it that
Yeah,
way.
that's a good point. There's things I'm a big on blocking. That's just who I am. I think it's easy sometimes just okay, never mind. I tried my hardest, so you know what? And like you said, it's a boundary thing. So we got to do what's best for us. So, but as
It's
you said,
like,
going back and forth, that's kind of a little wishy-washy. There's
yeah,
some
I
other
mean
things
that,
going on there, so
but if you've ever taught elementary school, and I'm
Mhm.
talking early elementary
Yeah.
school, which I have, short time people, very short time. I learned that I really preferred adults and the university level, but uh, if you have to put someone in the corner, a temporary timeout is a good idea because you
Yeah,
need your space back,
absolutely, for
right?
sure. Yeah.
So
Oh
that's
yeah.
a big zone of gray area there.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And I've dealt with that myself. Family members that are narcissists and things like that, that temporary block. Like, I cannot talk to you until you learn to respect me or change your actions. And actually, somebody in my life that's extremely close to me, I had to do that a couple of years ago. And ever since then, they're extremely respectful towards me, and they know when they're getting under my skin and stop themselves now. So it was a healing and learning thing for both of us. So,
Awesome.
yes.
Do 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 do
Ambika
do
doesn't
do
make our
do
music for
do
us.
do. I have to.
Yeah. What does self-love actually look like outside of social media quotes? I'll let you answer this first.
Wait, wait, you just stumped the Ambika. What does self-love actually look like outside of social media quotes?
So there's a
You
lot
mean
of
like
things
memes and
online.
stuff? Like
Yeah,
I
like
love
memes and
myself, I'm
gifs or
positive.
yeah.
Self-love is being honest and true.
Yeah, for sure. I
I
agree.
think that I think the memes and everything are inspo, right? They're
Yeah, for sure.
inspiration,
Yeah.
but there's a difference between I'm meditating, I'm sitting for half an hour or however long every
Mhm.
day on a cushion. What
Yeah.
self-love, what love actually looks like, what meditation actually looks like is opening your eyes, getting off the cushion
Mhm.
and walking through life, actually behaving like that.
Yeah, yeah. I love that and I agree with you. There's a lot of, people that just pretend online or post these things but they don't actually live them or try to go through them. And this goes back, I've had therapists on here, we talked about that too, is you can't truly get help unless you want to help yourself. Like you can go to a therapist and put online like, "Oh, I'm seeing my therapist, yada yada yada." But if you're not putting the work in, then it's never going to work. And that's on you. It's on you to love yourself. It's on you to find your authentic self. And it's on you to do the work. So,
I want to add one little bit on that
sure, of
one.
course.
piety,
Hmm.
right? I'm going to a group clubhouse of some sort and participating and listening and taking in all the teachings. And then I get in my car to leave the parking lot feeling very enlivened and lifted up.
Hmm.
Somebody cuts me off and I flip them the bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not self-love.
No. Yeah. Yeah. You just kind of let that all go. You soaked it in, but then you didn't really soak
Exactly.
it
So
in.
you're
So,
looking at the
yeah.
meme and
Yeah.
you're feeling it for a moment, but then you're turning around doing something not so nice to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. You got to live it. You got to actually
It's a
learn and
process,
grow. Yeah,
everybody.
for sure. Absolutely. And I think we're always learning self-love. We're always changing. We're always growing. I don't think you're all 100% ever gonna fully be okay with yourself. There's always something that you want to work on too. So. Do people respect you more when you say no? This kind of goes back to some of the other questions we've answered. I was just talking about how I set those boundaries up. I had to say no to that person a lot, and I think so. I think people do learn to respect you more. Not everybody, as we said, not everybody. You have the person themselves has to change too. It can't just be on you, and that you can't always take that with you. Like it's not your fault that they can't change or that they don't want to get out of their narcissistic ways or things like that. So. But I think so. I think people do tend to respect you a lot more when you do set up all those boundaries. So, how do you feel?
I have to be on the other side of the fence on this one, Mel. I don't think everybody respects you more when you say no. I
Yeah,
think they have a temporary moment that they have an opportunity to go,
right.
oh, wait a second. Maybe I should look at this, but if I had to put it on a scale of 0 to 100,
Yeah,
I would wager a bet that 25% respect you more when you say no.
yeah, yeah.
The rest, the other 75%, there's a range of getting it for a moment and going back to their behavior pattern. And
Hmm.
then there's a range of what you called the N word, narcissist,
Yeah,
that doesn't get it at all.
yeah, yeah. I think it goes a lot to the person. Yeah, the person, the situation. Like it may not always be
It's a very
respected.
unique
Yeah, for
per
sure.
situation question.
Absolutely.
Good question, though.
Yeah,
Good
for sure.
question.
I think it just, like you said, it's per
Do do
situation
do
and it's
do
not
do
always going
do
to be that way.
do
So,
do 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 do. And our
Whee!
next contestant in the Colosseum, but
Do you think astrology can help guide your purpose in life? I'll let you answer this one here. I put this one on here for you.
oh wow, thanks. So I am a professional astrologer who's been trained extensively, with college degrees in it, and guide your personal life? Absolutely. But what it isn't is a fortune teller. It shows
Hmm.
you potential.
Yeah.
A person can have great potential and completely walk by it. Case in point, we could be walking on a beach back and forth every day or once a week, and we're walking right over buried pirate treasure and we never dig.
Mm, yeah.
So, an astrologer, a well-trained astrologer,
Hmm.
can look, but if you're just, look, I used to write horoscopes for a
Hmm.
newspaper.
Yeah.
Some days that stuff really speaks to you, right? Other
Yeah.
days, even if you read your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign,
Hmm.
if you know all three, none of it may be making sense.
Yeah.
Therefore, it takes a trained astrologer to be able to look and say, well, yeah, that could be right for somebody,
Hmm.
but for you, that planet's asleep or it hasn't been born yet,
Right.
or uh, that. And just so you know, everybody, horoscope astrology is written to a formula. We're taking
Yeah.
your sun sign and putting it on the ascendant, and that goes for every newspaper because I've written for newspapers as
Yeah.
part of a team.
Right.
A team where there's a team of people and one overseeing it, and everybody has to translate into that one
Hmm.
person's language. So when you're seeing that in the paper, it's more of a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at it like a fortune cookie, great. Do you trust a fortune cookie? Maybe.
Right.
If it says
Yeah.
something really good, I do.
Yeah.
But it really takes a skilled astrologer to understand your psychology
Hmm.
because people want to know the existential answer, what existential questions answers, which
Hmm.
are who am I? what am I doing here and what's my purpose?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're given a bag of magic beans. It's up to you to take them out and plant them and nurture
Yes.
them in the garden.
Yeah.
So it
Absolutely.
can help, but
Hmm.
and that's what I like about this question.
Yeah.
It's not, it didn't say does it.
Yeah. I agree. And I knew you were the expert on this and you did my chart for me. And we kind of spoke on this on our episode together. Like you said, that horoscope in the paper is kind of more of a generic type thing. There's more to it. There's more depth to it. There's a lot more per person that you have to look into. And you also have to learn and grow with these things and see what that means for you. You can't just be like, oh, this told me to do this. So that's what I'm going to do. So,
So yeah,
yeah.
so a person could have so much
Hmm.
potential.
Yeah.
But like I said with the buried treasure, they
Yeah.
have to actually activate and utilize the
Absolutely.
potential.
For sure. Absolutely. I love it. And I've always been on astrology. And like you said, there's some days where it really hits, some days are like, nah, but if you study your chart and all of those things and go to an astrologer like you could learn a lot more about what you want and what you want to work on and who you truly are. So, do soulmates have to be romantic? I'll go first. No. I believe I think we're soulmates. I
Are
agree
we not
with you. Yeah.
soulmates? That's
Yeah,
why
I
I
was
was
gonna say I
laughing.
believe
Yeah.
soulmates can be animals, they can be non sexual relationships, they can be family members, they could just be someone you don't have never even physically met. I think soulmates are just having that connection where you understand each other on a soul level. I don't think it has to be romantic.
Or what if there's only one soul and we're
Yeah,
all part of it and we're
right.
all a facet?
Yeah.
And the whole idea of thinking you're my soulmate, you're not, I like you, I don't like you.
Yeah.
What if that's amnesia?
Yeah.
And really, we're just one soul and we're thinking with and suffering from amnesia, making us believe we're fragmented.
Yeah. I love that.
What about that?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. I think we're all just one big thing and we're all connected in different ways and like it goes back to we find the right people manifest into our lives at the right times and the right moments. So I definitely don't think it has to be romantic at all. I have a lot of people that are my soulmates or my
No,
soul
definitely.
connections.
And
So
the soul kitty cats and
yes,
what
absolutely.
about the wild beasts in the
Yeah.
Jurassic Park where I
Oh
live?
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, this kind of goes with the same question. Why do some people feel familiar instantly? Do you want to go first with this question?
Because we feel their heart open and our heart opens. And once love happens, it doesn't go away. It doesn't die. You
Yes.
don't fight for love. When love happens, it's like when the Na'vi people in the first Avatar movie took their braided hair and
Mm-hmm.
connected it
Mm-hmm.
with the soul tree or
Yeah.
the beast they were riding. That that's that connection. And here's the deal, everybody. Even if that relationship comes to an end, you
Mm-hmm.
still are connected.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
agree.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
because we feel that I see you, you
Mm-hmm.
see me.
Yeah,
That's why.
for sure. I agree
And
with
that's
you
what
there.
happened with us,
Yeah,
Mel, right?
absolutely. Yes. Oh yeah.
Immediately, even before we
Instantly.
met on camera, because Mel is in Ohio and I'm in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
but we feel each other, we see each other, and
Absolutely.
we're
Yeah.
always connected, and we could not talk for days on end and then just write a message.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
that's when you're starting to get that soul connection.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And just I have to go back to that S word, the soulmate word, because twin flame is not, stop using that, everybody. It's just that we're all interconnected.
For
And
sure.
Cicero, the Roman statesman who was an
Hmm.
incredible philosopher, said, everything is alive, everything is interconnected.
Hmm.
There you
For
go.
sure. Yeah.
You tell me
Yep. I
your
don't have
thing.
much to say on that. I think you did wonderfully answering that question, and I agree. I just think we go back to that connections and being one and everybody finding the right people. And as you said, we connected instantly. I felt so comfortable with you. And I love that doing this podcast. I found so many people that I think were meant to be in my life, and like we just have that connection. So I love it. So
Right, and it's widening the one tribe. It's not this
absolutely.
whole idea of tribes blows my
Yeah.
mind. There's only one tribe,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
We're just noticing people and saying, "Oh wow, you were over in that section of the tribe or
Yeah.
in the corner of the tribe."
Yeah. For sure, absolutely. We're all one. We're all one big universe, so.
Mhm. Do 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 do
We'll do a
do.
couple more, although I could do this all day, so.
I know this is so much fun as the wheel gets smaller.
What makes someone truly magnetic or attractive beyond looks? I'll go first. Just having a good soul and a good personality. I can read people pretty well. I've always been that my whole life. I'm one of those friends, like, oh, you bring a new person into the friend group and I just have that vibe. I don't like them. I just have that vibe. I can read people instantly, just like being in a room with people. And then, come to find out that person was kind of a snake or a bad person, and people are always like, "Oh, you were right. Like, yes, maybe you should listen to me a little bit more." But I let people figure that out on their own as well. But I think just that personality and like laughing, I think humor is a big thing if they can find humor in life and smile, and just have that deep connection, especially if I see someone connect with an animal or children or something. It's way beyond the looks for me. I was engaged before I was married now. We were high school sweethearts, and he was not my type. I wasn't attracted to him, but just getting to know his personality better and stuff like that, we had such a good connection and it grew into love. So, absolutely.
I think it depends on what attracts you.
Yeah.
Like some people, it's all about the physical surface,
Yeah.
but the physical surface fades.
Hmm.
Some people, it's sapio,
Hmm.
it's like an instant intellectual
Oh, yeah, for
connection.
sure.
For instance, I made a new friend on LinkedInia. That's what I'm calling
There you go.
LinkedIn
That's what you
now.
called it. Yeah.
LinkedInia. And instead of talking about business or whatever, we were talking about poetry
Mm.
and,
Yeah.
where we live in the world and nature and all these different
Hmm.
things. So for me, that really sparked it and
Yeah.
made me want to call this person soul brother, you
Yeah. I
know,
love that.
kindred,
Yeah,
kindred spirit.
for sure.
And that's it's that kindred feeling
Oh, yeah.
that's it's making me drool a little for some reason. And I think it goes back to what I was saying just earlier. It's like instantly I feel like you get me, you see me,
Hmm.
you feel me,
Hmm.
you hear me.
Yeah.
It's like all my senses are
Hmm.
saying, all their senses are open to whatever this
Yes.
thing I'm traveling around in called a human body is being
Hmm.
seen as star matter
Yeah.
and energy and
Hmm.
plasma
Yeah.
that you get me.
Hmm.
And your heart is open, which is opening my heart, which is connecting our ponytails.
Yes,
I
absolutely. I
like
love
that.
that. Yes. Yeah, I love that. And I actually just had my cousin Matthew on here. He opened up about being asexual, and that was something too. He connects more intellectually with people. He doesn't find people sexually attractive,
Oh no, that's
you know?
Sapio
Yeah.
right there. I'm
Yeah.
Sapio.
Yeah.
I said I said it to somebody. Everybody, I'm single, so if you want to reach out and
Mhm.
just don't stalk me. But
Right.
I'm open to more relationships.
For sure.
And if you read one of my books, that's gonna definitely make me love you more instantly. But the thing is, I said to somebody, they said to me on a dating app. Well, just so Cupid is a bastard is
Hmm.
was spurred on by a dating app experience. That's what
Hmm.
started it. But then going through death and all the deaths I've been through accelerated it and made it what it is
Yes.
and brought it back to self-love. But this guy on a dating app asked me if I knew how to please a man,
Oh gosh.
which just made me skivats
Oh yeah.
really bad and dry heave a little,
Yeah.
and And I said, excuse me, I'm sapiosexual. And he blocked me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't think he knew what it meant.
No, he had no idea,
I
I'm
think he
sure.
thought it meant something about group
Oh,
activities.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, it's when people get us at the level that we
Hmm.
want to be gotten.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. And I'm very open. I've always liked men and women. It's more of a connection for me. I'm not looking for of course, I find things attractive and stuff like that, but it's more the connection for me. And I've never been a one shoe fits all type person. Like I've had different type of people in my life, different type of relationships, and it's just what you're connected in with.
Okay, so
So
I want to
yeah.
ask you a question before you
Sure.
spin the wheel again.
Yeah.
What turns you off the most?
Mm. Big egos, thinking that they're better than everybody else, thinking that they are the man or the person in power, and belittling people are major turnoffs for me. So,
I'll tell you the biggest turnoff I've ever had. Do you want me to?
yeah, go right
I,
ahead.
I was out in my garden. I offered somebody an orchid. I was going to cut one of my
Oh,
orchids and give
yeah.
it to them. And they put their hands on their hip and said, "Oh, you like nature."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be instant like, oh no,
That
hell
was
no, get away from
I
me.
was like,
Yeah. Oh
Sorry,
man.
contestant, you are
Yeah.
off the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, people that treat nature badly, animals, all the things is major turnoffs for me. Like my
Yeah.
husband, thank God, I know he's all kinds of he's like Aquarius, but he loves nature as much as I do, even more so sometimes. Like he's the one that catches the fly in the house and takes it outside. Like
Oh,
he don't
yeah, yeah.
kill it. Every animal,
I do
every
that too.
flower, he talks to our plants and sings to our plants every day. Like that's
Oh,
just
I
I
love
love that.
that.
So
Oh, that
yeah.
makes me very happy.
Yes,
And
he's
then
I
also
love that.
if you
So
want to know what is a person you can trust, take your pet with you if you have one.
oh,
Or
absolutely. That's
watch
a
the
big thing.
wildlife. Watch the wildlife
Oh yeah,
around
for
you
sure.
and that
Yeah,
person.
animals know. That's something after I had that sweet six or not sweet, my high school sweetheart. I was kind of single for a year and a half. I was a grown adult at this time, so I was having fun, enjoying meeting different people, finding myself, loving myself. And there's one guy, he came to my house, he wanted me to hide my cat. That was an instant red flag for me. Nope, I am not interested in you. You are not in my life.
I
Like, nope,
stopped
sorry.
breathing when you said that.
Yeah, I was instantly, that's my child. Like, no, thank you. So, yeah,
That's your
no,
familiar.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
absolutely. Nope, that's a big one for me. So, the way
Yeah.
you treat kids, animals, other people, the
Unless they're
elderly,
allergic, then you got
yeah,
to meet somewhere
for
else.
sure. That's
And
different. So,
when I do a lot of relationship counseling, I'd
hmm
say that's pushing 90% of what I do.
yeah,
And I mean it could be in business, it could be romantic, it could be
right.
family. Uh, but what we have to understand, everybody, is there are certain topics that we have to agree to disagree on in a
Yeah, for sure.
relationship.
Oh, yeah.
But there are certain topics that are non-negotiable. It's
hmm
okay to
Yeah,
say no, thank you,
absolutely,
you
for
know,
sure.
and it's usually finance, religion, and whether you're allergic to pets. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
for sure. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. So, and it's also working on things and finding mediums. If you truly love that person and are connected, there's ways you can work through certain things, but there are certain things that are just a hard
Yeah,
no.
you
So,
just have to be okay with that,
yeah, for sure.
even if they check all the other
hmm
boxes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. So,
And that goes with
definitely.
hiring or getting a
hmm
job. Because
Absolutely.
when you're looking for a job, and this
hmm
is something I hear myself telling people over and over and over, you are shopping them. I know you
Yes.
need money to pay your mortgage or rent and put
hmm
food on your table, but you
Yeah.
have to keep looking until you have offers on the table.
Yes.
And you have to be okay with saying, you know what, this checks some boxes, but no, thank you.
Yeah.
Because if you try to overcompensate and make that work, it's not the right fit.
Yeah. That's
And
something
that
I'm
goes with
going through right now.
every
Yep,
relationship.
just went through. That's why I resigned from my last position is because it was one of those just I need it. And I was there for almost 5 years and I had no passion for it. I was sick going to work every day because it wasn't something that I was connected with. So that is
Yeah.
important for sure. We'll answer a couple more. So let's see here.
Okay, I know. Too much fun, right?
I know I could do this all day long. So
Oh, I know. Till
if
the
the
wheel
universe
disappears.
Oh yeah. If the universe keeps sending you signs and you ignore them, whose fault is that? I think that goes back to everything we've been saying. Yours, you have to
Single
make
word
the
answer.
changes. Yeah. You got to make the changes. You have to want to do them. And if you're seeing stuff and ignoring them, maybe you're not open enough. Maybe you need to meditate more, connect with yourself more, ground, be in nature more to see them. As I mentioned, that bald eagle experience earlier and things like that is just opening up and paying attention more. I'm a very observant person. So I do notice things like that, but maybe you haven't connected that much with yourself yet to understand these things. So
I like this one a lot. I'm
yeah,
like,
you can go.
I'm
Go right
good. I'm
ahead. I know
gearing
you're
up. Okay,
excited
so
for
if the
this one.
universe keeps sending
Yeah.
you signs and you ignore them, whose fault is that? Yours. But
Yeah.
it's okay if you ignore it the first time.
Hmm.
If you ignore it the second time, that's your opportunity to get it.
Yeah.
Three strikes and you're out.
Yeah.
You keep
Yeah.
ignoring it, forget it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
for
only one who
sure.
can help you is you.
For sure. I love that. And I love that everything kind of meshed together on this. It all goes
Definitely.
together and been a great. I love answering. I knew these would be wonderful questions for us to do together. So let's do one more. Let's see what
One
we
more,
get
okay.
here.
Do 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 do. You're gonna have to have me like record
Right?
an a cappella
Right.
song for you over this.
How do you protect your energy without isolating yourself? Ooh, do you want to go first with this one?
Oh, wow. This is a really good one. It's a mindset.
Hmm. Yeah.
My favorite go-to is actually a stone.
Okay.
Uh, it's shungite.
Yeah.
Because people use, yep, I teach crystals too, everybody. There's a
Hmm.
free class you
I have my
can
crystals in
you
my
can
bra
watch.
right now.
Right. I have multiple ones, I've got
Yeah.
ones for being able to communicate, ones to have insight. But shungite, black tourmaline and root beer tourmaline are great for blocking.
Mm,
But the
yeah.
thing about shungite is it takes this, what we call negative energy in and transmutes it into
Hmm.
positive energy.
Oh,
And I
okay.
find
Yeah.
it so much different. So protecting myself is about being able to take the energy in and transmuting it back to love. How do
Yeah.
you protect yourself?
I love that. I also use crystals. I'm getting more into them. I said I have them in my bra right now. I keep them right there. And
I know people who do that too, but
oh
then it
yeah.
gets a little
I forget
weighty.
those sometimes and I unleash
Oh,
everything and they go everywhere.
oh, I trashed
Yeah.
one against the tile floor that way
Yeah.
once. I stopped doing it. I
Yeah.
started making bracelets.
Yeah.
But and
I do have some
also
bracelets that I don't have
also
on, but yeah.
actually and this the question was tricky though, Mel,
Hmm.
because isolation, time
Yeah.
out, putting your
It's
is a good
important.
way.
Yeah,
That's a
for
good
sure.
way, but how do you do it without isolating
Yeah.
yourself? That is
Yeah.
a tricky part of the
Yeah.
question.
I think, like you said, crystals and all those things, and being able to take it and internalize it so where it works for you, or it turns into an energy that you can understand. A lot of, like, I've had therapists on here, I've had people that work with addiction and all that stuff, and it's hard to not take all that home and live that through
Right.
yourself. And that's something I ask every time I have someone like that on here is like, how do you take care of yourself when you start to
Mm,
feel all of that? A lot of it just goes back to
yeah.
that self-care and that self-love and making sure that you know how to calm yourself and ground yourself and reconnect to yourself and know that you are not everybody's problems. Yes, you can try to help and be there for people, but in the end you can't take all of that with you, or you can, yeah.
So the thing is, if we have to go out and we know we're going to encounter it,
Hmm.
could and maybe it's not appropriate to smother ourselves in essential oils.
Yeah.
It's always okay to put a stone on, but then
Yes.
here's the thing. If you come home and you're carrying it,
Hmm.
take a shower and wash your hair.
Yeah,
If
for
you don't want
sure.
to put suds in your hair, at least wet yourself,
Yeah.
and if you're out and about and you can't do
Hmm.
that, take some
Yeah.
water in your hands and say a positive something on it. You could just say love, 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 or a
Hmm.
positive mantra or prayer, and then put it on the crown of your head,
Hmm.
and then go back out and deal with it. And then when you
Yeah.
come home, wash yourself and eat something healthy.
Yeah, I love
Or
that. And
don't
thank you.
eat
Yeah.
fast for a meal.
Yeah, for sure. Get that out and cleanse yourself. That's a big thing is, even
It's
like
more
I
about
know,
the recovery with that
yeah, for
one.
sure. And I'm big on music and like going to concerts and stuff like that. And sometimes you pick up that negative energy from that a lot of times. And I'm big. Come home and cleanse yourself and just ground yourself, get in your moment. And yeah, you can't always in the moment do, like you said, wear the oils or have everything handy, but just take a moment to yourself and reconnect, even if it's just stepping on grass or something, just kind of,
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Well, this has been fun. I could do
This
this
is
with you
so
all
much
day long.
fun.
I'm so glad you joined me. My What Would Auntie Melma Do episodes, I do like to have past guests because I kind of understand you guys a little bit more. I like to add some questions that, we would connect on, and I think this turned out wonderfully. So I appreciate you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, anybody that wants to join me in the future, please reach out. I'm always looking for guests. I'm always looking for questions. I will post all Ambika's information again, how to connect with her, because she offers so much insight. As we said, she was a professor in holistic medicine. She does her astrology. She has her amazing books, which I'm in the middle of reading. Cupid is a Bastard.
Oh,
My mom actually came over this weekend. And I let her take home Lilith. So she's
oh,
gonna read
wow.
that. So we're all, she's in a time of her life where she's going through some things. So, I just love it. She's like both of us, so I think we would connect greatly all together. So,
Oh, well, maybe we can meet
yeah,
sometime,
that would be
and
awesome.
then everybody go check out Auntie Mel Mel's swag because her t-shirts are cotton. The candle smells great when it's burning. The mug, a must-have. A
Thank
must-have. You can get
you.
it in your color scheme.
Yes.
Obviously, mine is power to the purples. And, support her and share her with your friends
Thank
because
you.
her episodes and these episodes of the What Would Auntie Mel Mel Do? Man, they're packed with such good
They
info
are.
and inspo. So please
Oh,
reach out to her and
thank you.
follow her and share the heck out of her so we can get her to do another giveaway because I want another mug and another
Yes.
t-shirt.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And I have not seen the t-shirt, so I love that Ambika has it on today. I know the candles are wonderful. I have the yellow mug here. They come in like 10 different colors. So like you said, you can find your color scheme. And they're just fun and they do support me. I do get money from my sales and I try not to overprice everything. And I know everyone can't buy stuff, but every little bit does help. So I'm doing this on my own. I don't have any funding or anything. So every little bit helps and getting the word out there. So awesome. Well, as always, everyone, I hope you all stay healthy and well and real and honest. And if you need anything, please reach out to me. Reach out to Ambika if you're interested in learning more from her. And I love you all. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me today. This is Auntie Melmel. If this episode made you laugh, think, or feel a little less alone, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Sharing it really helps this community grow. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and right here on YouTube. I'll see you in the next episode of Life Unfiltered.